Welcome, everyone. Inside Studio D, Sooner Sports TV is teaming up with the Gaylord College of Journalism at OU to bring you Sooner Sports Pad. We've got a great show coming up for you tonight. OU starting center and team captain Gabe Ikard joins us in studio. We've got the story on Garrett Richards, who's a former Sooner and current pitcher for the LA Angels. And my two co-hosts, Drew Farley and Matthew Fresquez, are going to go head-to-head in Sooner Sports Pad Faceoff. But first, let's take a look back at the Sooners' loss to Kansas State on Saturday. Last season, Oklahoma handed Kansas State a 41-point blowout loss. Landry Jones passed for over 500 yards and 5 touchdowns last season. The Sooners looked like they were going to pick it up right where they left off a year ago. In the first 10 minutes, the Sooner defense held K-State on the opening drive. But here on the Sooners' opening drive, Kenny Stills gets a first down, and then the Sooners are going to kick a field goal. Here in Kansas State is going to recover a Landry Jones fumble and take it into the end zone and go up 7-3. Later in the second, Jones finds Sterling Shepard for the 24-yard catch and the first down. Shepard with a big day for the Sooners. Here, Jones again finds Shepard. What a great play by Sterling to pick up the first down. But unfortunately, the Sooners can't capitalize. Sending in the Belldozer, Blake Bell fumbles the snap. K-State takes over. Wildcats 3rd and 4 from the 6. Aaron Colvin with a great defense. OU holds K-State to a field goal. Sooners getting the offense going again here. Landry Jones again going to none other than Sterling Shepard right here on this play. That would lead to this. The Sooners again calling on number 10, the Belldozer, redeeming himself. Blake Bell 3 yards into the end zone. Sooners up 13-10 in the third. Moving to the fourth, K-State responds. Colin Klein with a 7-yard score for the Wildcats, 17-13 K-State after the Landry Jones interception right there. And here's Colin Klein going to take it into the end zone. And then later in the fourth, John Hubert going to score again for the Wildcats. 24-13 Sooners trailing at this point, but Oklahoma not going to go down just yet. Landry Jones is going to again find, yep, you guessed it, Sterling Shepard right here for the 10-yard score. Shepard's first career touchdown as a Sooner. That cuts K-State's lead to 24-19, but the OU defense couldn't get off the field. K-State converts on 2 third downs in the final 4 minutes, and Kansas State hands the Sooners the 24-19 loss. It's just the 4th loss on Owen Field in the Bob Stoops era. Let's take a look at some of the stats. The kicker, Sooners with 3 turnovers, Wildcats with 0. One of the few bright spots, Sterling Shepard, 108 receiving yards, catching his first touchdown pass as a Sooner. I caught up with him after the game on Saturday.
After scoring, and at first I didn't know if I really got in or not, but I saw the ball broke the plane, so it was just, my mind was doing a whole bunch of things whenever I scored.
108 yards. It kind of seemed like Landry, you might have been his #1 target tonight. What was it tonight that you kind of got things clicking?
I feel like we had a lot of athletes on the field, and they kind of weren't really worried about me. And so, I mean, I just tried to get open, and Landry trusted me with the ball, so he hit me.
Well, 3 turnovers for this offense, kind of uncharacteristic. What do you attribute those turnovers to?
I mean, things happen, you know, in games. Things are moving fast, so I feel like we were just eager to get in the end zone sometimes, and sometimes it's just a miscommunication. Different things can happen and cause turnovers, but it's something that we stress every day around here, so there's no excuse for turnovers.
Landry has it. Fake handoff, play action, throw. Shepard has it, 15, jumps over a man at the 10 and out of bounds there. Oh, mama. He hit the elevator button and went 3 floors in the air over the Wildcat. It's a first down, and it'll be 1st and goal.
All right. Check in with my co-hosts Drew Farley and Matthew Fresquez. They're going to get you caught up on all the other action that was around Norman this weekend. Guys, take it away.
Well, Drew, it was a long weekend for OU sports. And when we moved from the field to the pitch, really it's the exact same thing. But number 25, Baylor, was in town on Friday, and the Sooners, they were going to get things started off in the 11th minute. The Sooners and Bears, they were getting physical early as the ball finds Dana Larson right here. She puts Baylor up 1-0. Now, Kelsey Devonshire, she must have been wearing her J's all night long because she was getting up. Devonshire had 6 saves on the night and would take sole possession of the OU career save record. Now the Sooners, there you go. You see one more of her saves right there. Now the Sooners were looking to answer in the second as Samantha Howell right here puts on some moves, gives it a drive. Renee Cuellar, she's going to treat it like a pass, finds the back of the net, and that's going to be Cuellar's 7th goal on the season, and the Big 12 opener ends in a tie. But Kelsey Devonshire, with her 6 saves, moves past Catherine Wade for the #1 spot at OU. Her 354 saves puts her 6th all-time in the Big 12. And, well, she has a lot to go. It's 756 for the all-time lead, so she has a lot more to do for that. But now on Sunday, the Big 12 and Red River rival Texas came into town, and things didn't go so well either. We start things off in the 8th minute, the most exciting play in soccer. And you'll see right here as Texas puts it in the back of the net, take an early 1-0 lead. The Sooners, though, they would create some opportunities here, and they would have chances to find the back of the net. As Renee Cuellar, she's going to put on some moves. She hits that right joystick right here, right beside her, takes the shot. But Texas' Abby Smith is right there to stop it. And Coach Potter and the Sooners, they're going to fall the Longhorns 1-0. And the Sooners are now 4-5-3 on the season. And you know Coach Potter is not too happy about that. The Sooners will take on Texas Tech Friday, and then they're going to head to Stilley on Sunday.
And it doesn't get any easier for the Sooner volleyball team. They went to Texas Tech on the Red River rivalry this weekend. Went down to Austin. Sooners felt good about taking down the 9th-ranked Longhorns. They were coming off a 6-game win streak themselves, but it was the Sooners getting swept. But it's okay because Coach Restrepo had a really great game with his ladies against K-State Wildcats, 25-26. K-State hits it out of bounds. Sooners take the first set 27-25. In the second, big blocks from Sally McLaurin. Sally McLaurin all night long helping the Sooners out, block after block. Sooners take the second set 25-19. Going into the third, freshman Jessica Doyle, ace.
That's a kill shot.
It's kill shot.
That's kill shot.
All right, Sooners keep it alive, keep it up. And Tara Dunn, sophomore, killed it. Kill shot. Got to win by 25, right? 3 sets. Who else? Sally McLaurin gets the kill. Sooners win 25-19 in the third set, sweeping the Kansas State Wildcats and upsetting them. They were undefeated, ranked 11th in the country before coming to Norman. Sooners are back in action this Saturday. Our new Big 12 opponent, West Virginia, this Saturday, 7 o'clock. Be there.
Right after the break, we're going to do a little thing we like to call face-off, and I'm going to face off against my buddy, Drew Farley.
Sooners might have lost, but there's no way I'm losing to this guy.
Right after the break, Sooner Sports Pad.
And welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. Time now for what we like to call a little thing called Face-Off. 3 topics, 3 arguments. Our live audience is going to decide the winner of Face-Off. Let's get going. First topic, Drew and Matthew. We'll keep it simple. Can Oklahoma still win the Big 12? Matthew, you're up first.
All right, here's the thing about the Big 12. Yes, they can still win it, but you're looking at teams right now in the Big 12. 8 out of the 9 have top 25 votes. 5 are in the top 25. And Oklahoma's biggest challenge right now is everybody else is playing in-conference games against ranked, non-ranked opponents. OU still has to play a top 10 Notre Dame team here in Norman. And then, of course, you look at West Virginia. West Virginia, 3rd best passing in the nation. They know how to play this Big 12 football. Quarterback Geno Smith, he's electric, and he can win the Heisman easy. So it depends on if they can beat West Virginia.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to give you the same thing with Geno Smith. He's a great football player, more like just as many incompletions as he has touchdowns going into this week. But Maryland and some other Big 12 teams not looking as hot as they have been. Oklahoma State's already dropped. TCU hasn't been doing too hot. This is a wide-open Big 12. It's easy to see multiple teams losing in one game. It's going to be tough for the Sooners. Like you said, they got to play a Notre Dame team that looks legitimate this year. We'll see, but absolutely, yes, it's still a possibility.
Reminds me of 2008 season where all those teams were battling 1 losses to see who wins
Hey,
the Big
who
12.
said you got to rebuttal his
I
rebuttal?
don't know.
All right, time for the second topic. In the loss to Kansas State, do you blame the offense or defense? Matthew.
I understand the offense had its struggles, but you have to look at this so-called defense, this resurgent defense under Mike Stoops that gave up 362 total yards. They could not stop the run, giving up 213 on the ground, and you saw every single time K-State ran the ball, their offensive line started a new line of scrimmage 3-4 yards down the field. You can't do that. Add that with the fact they couldn't get off the ball, or they couldn't get off the field on 3rd downs. 50% was Kansas State on 3rd downs, and 0 takeaways for Oklahoma.
It's understandable. Of course, it's easy to blame a defense when you look at the points on the board and the other team has more. But it's the offense who gave them the ball and actually gave away a touchdown. If you think about it, 3 turnovers, 3 scores, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. The offense gave up 17 points, you could say. Defense gave up less. So you got to look at this defense and give him credit. Also, Mike Stoops is building to counteract this wide-open passing game in the Big 12. West Virginia, other teams like TCU, they're throwing it around. This team is built to stop the pass way more than they're built to stop the run, and it was exposed with a good offensive line and a strong quarterback.
All right, guys, third and final topic. Which freshman wide receiver is going to have the biggest impact on the Sooners offense this season? Guys, Matthew, you're first.
Here's the thing, Shepard, Matwire, you can't go wrong either way. But Trey Matwire, he is a monster. You're looking at a guy who is coming out, ranked number 2 wide receivers in the nation by some people, top 10 everywhere else. He was a top 5 overall athlete. The guy, first of all, he's taller than Shepard. He's 6'1". Shepard doesn't have the height on him. Trey Matwire also runs a 4.40. I don't know if you know how fast that is. People here know how fast that is. You can't teach speed. You can't teach that. He already has 10 catches, 90 yards, and a touchdown. He's going to be explosive the rest of the season.
I get it. He's got a lot of potential, too. He's coming on slowly. Sterling Shepard should be the guy right now. He's led the team in receiving against K-State. He's making plays. He's caught every single ball that's thrown to him. Trey Matwire, they're going to feed the ball. He's got lots of potential. Potential can get you in trouble. Sterling's doing it right now with on-field production. You got to go with Sterling Shepard. He's got a big heart, and he's doing it on the field more than Trey Matwire has been so far.
Guys, great face-off, but it's time to go to the experts and see what they think. It's time to ask our live audience, who think Drew won this face-off tonight, guys?
Easy.
That's what I thought.
All right,
Easy.
pretty good response there. All right, who thinks Matthew won this face-off? Let's hear it.
It's just sympathy.
Oh, Matthew, that's terrible.
That's upsetting.
That's terrible.
There wasn't a golf clap. There wasn't an appreciation clap,
All right,
anything.
well, you're going to have a chance to make it up right now. Let's hear your bold predictions. Predict whatever you want, just make it bold. Matthew, you're up first.
Okay, now Oklahoma has been a team that usually when they come out and they lose, they come back and they take it out on the next team they play, and it just so happens that this time it's Texas Tech, which ruined our season last year. Get you ready for with the bye week. Get ready for a big game from Oklahoma. They're going to score 70+ points.
70 plus points. We haven't won in Lubbock since 2003.
Things about to change.
Okay.
70 points.
I'll stick to the same game. On the defensive side of the ball, they're going to hold this high-flying, explosive offense. This is what the Sooners are built to stop. They're going to hold the Texas Tech Red Raiders under 20 points. I don't know how many points the offense is going to score. The offense has its troubles, but the defense, they're going to continue to do their job and give the offense a chance to win the game.
71-19 is what I just heard the final score is going to be.
There you go.
71-19.
All right,
good.
this audience is going to remember that for next week. We'll see what you guys did. All right, time for our tweet of the week. It's coming from Andy Hutchins. Oklahoma's Sterling Shepard has no use for gravity mortals. And everyone can get involved with us on the show on Twitter. Just use the hashtag SportsPad. Coming up next, former Oklahoma Sooner Garrett Richards is working out of the bullpen for the LA Angels in the AL wildcard race. Lauren Nevitt has his story when Sooner Sports Pad continues.
Special thanks to our television cornerstone partners, Chesapeake Energy, WinStar World Resorts, OU Outreach, OU Presidents Associates, and the OU Alumni Association.
Baseball fans love to talk stats. Here at Oklahoma, the most important number is the one that's in the win column. 23-year-old right-hander Garrett Richards discovered that very quickly in his time here in Norman. He's now coming out of the bullpen for the LA Angels. Our Lauren Nevitt caught up with him and has his story.
Richards on, no balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, the pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3.
Numbers can be deceiving. Case in point, former Sooner Garrett Richards. His stats at OU from 07 to 09 were less than impressive, but to those around him, his talent was never in doubt.
We've been asked a lot of times, what did you see? And it's what we are seeing now. We saw that he had the potential. He just needed the reps to keep going out, and at some point he was going to put it all together.
Curve called, strike 3.
Put it together he did. After the Angels picked him in the first round of the 2009 draft, Richards went about his job of tearing through the minors, racking up a combined record of 34 wins and just 11 losses, with an ERA of around 3 runs a game. Since turning pro, Richards has been all business.
We play every day. We don't practice up here either. It's you show up and it's a game that day, and every game counts.
On the inside corner, strike 3 called.
3 years after throwing his last pitch on this field as a Sooner, Richards finds himself in the midst of a major league pennant race with the Angels. It's a rapid rise to the show, powered by intangibles he learned at OU under head coach Sonny Galloway.
From the moment you get there, it's all about winning and all about competing. And Sonny does a really good job of staying on you about being competitive and handling your business on and off the field.
Mental toughness is his intangible. That's something that we really preach here at Oklahoma. The game of baseball is not always going to go your way. There's just too many variables in it, and you've got to find a way to overcome the things that go wrong in a game. And it might be a bad call, it might be an error if he's pitching, or just anything, something that's just not going right for him. But he'll find a way to come back.
Richards just bought a house in Oklahoma and says Sooner fans might see him at home football games this fall. That is, of course, if he's not busy pitching in the Major League postseason for the Angels. Lauren Nevitt, Sooner Sports Pad.
Thank you, Lauren. Well, coming up next, the one and only Gabe Ikard joins us in studio. Welcome back to Sooner Sports Pad. Well, he's the starting center, a team captain, and one of the best personalities on the entire football team. Gabe Ikard joins us in studio. Guys, take it away.
Gabe, thank you for joining us here today.
Glad to be here.
When you came to OU, they actually recruited you as a tight end. You get here, they say, let's add some more size on you. You moved to guard, and now you're at center. How have all those transitions worked out?
Well, they tricked me. That's what happened. No, I was excited to come play tight end here, but needed some more depth on the offensive line. Asked me to do it. actually started working me at center first, but then, you know, with Ben healthy then, bumped over to guard, you know, just did what I could do to help the team, and you know, just added a lot of unfortunate weight, and you know, became less attractive, but it was okay. Just, you know, I was willing to do it for the team and, you know, for the program, so it's just part of it.
So, I mean, it has a great attitude, and that's maybe one of the reasons you've been elected team captain. What do you got to do as a team captain after losing to K-State? Get ready, you got a couple weeks to go down to Lubbock. Right.
It's one of those things where we've put an emphasis on team goals, and, you know, with this loss early against a ranked team, every team goal we have is still, you know, within reach. If you're going to lose early and lose to, you know, a top 10 team. So, you know, it's unfortunate the way we played and, you know, underperformed, but, you know, you just got to stay positive. This team, all the guys we have right now, all have a really positive attitude towards the situation. So, you know, just got to bounce back and see what kind of character you have, and just, you know, forget it and move on.
Now, every athlete I know, you have to get pumped up for the game somehow. Everybody has their pregame music.
Oh,
what is your go-to pregame music?
Be honest.
It's a blend of country and I know that's random, but country and then some rap and then some just really random like screamo music you hear. Like Disturbed.
It's a good band. It's a good band.
Eclectic guy.
So yeah, but you know, you find a mix, you stick with it. You know, just find songs that get you going a little bit. You know, everyone has their preference, but you know, I'm really not I don't get really super excited. I just I'm more of a low, you know, kind of a even keel guy before the game. But you know, everyone's different.
Yeah. Well, I've been told about your stellar GPA and everything. And we obviously know what you're doing on the football field. So how do you balance going to class and doing everything there while still working hard in the weight room and being in football?
It's just you got to do what you got to do. You got to take care of your stuff. Can't play if you don't take care of your stuff in the classroom. So that's my motto. It's, you know, if I'm going to spend time on it, might as well do it well and, you know, get something out of it. But you know, it's just how my parents, you know, always raised me to do my best in school and give 100% and everything. So it's what I do. It's just kind of how I'm wired now. So it's really not that impressive, I promise.
Okay. Now, you are obviously an amazing athlete, tight end. You're playing at OU. But if you could play one other college sport, what would it be?
I think it'd have to be basketball. I grew up playing basketball, you know, with a bunch of guys that ended up getting picked in like the first round of the draft and stuff. And I weigh 300 pounds now and am playing offensive line. So, you know, I've always loved basketball. Definitely my first love when it came to sports. So, you know, that definitely would be it. And I'd be a lot thinner, I assume.
Okay, so this weekend we know you guys are off, but there's some big games coming up. Quick hits on a couple of those games. Who you got in the Texas-OSU matchup?
I'll take Texas.
Texas. All right. Battle of the Undefeateds, Texas Tech, Iowa State.
Give me Iowa State.
Iowa State. Okay, and then the game day game got Michigan State, Ohio State.
Michigan State.
Bouncing
back.
Okay.
All right, now we heard you're a big Thunder fan. Really quick, Lakers have the Steve Nash now. Lakers have Dwight Howard. Nuggets got Andre Iguodala. How does the West shake out?
It is about who has the best team, not the best individuals. Dwight Howard's not even ready to play yet, so you know, we'll see. I have full faith in Kevin Durant and the boys and the Great White Hope and Nick Collison. So, you know, I
all right.
Love those guys. So,
Jessica, you got anything for us over there?
All right. Well, Gabe, thank you very much for joining us in studio. Coming up this week on Sooner Sports TV, the Oklahoma volleyball team hosts Big 12 newcomer West Virginia at 7 o'clock on Saturday. The Sooner soccer team hits the road and will face Texas Tech on Friday night. Right back to action on Sunday in Bedlam, facing Oklahoma State. Be sure and check out the Sooners' trip to Haiti this summer in a documentary airing right here on Fox Sports at 9 o'clock on Sunday night. That's all the time we have for this edition of Sooner Sports Pad. We want to thank Gabe Ikard for joining us in Studio D. We got to give a shout out to our live audience, guys. You were great tonight. Thanks to the crew for Drew Farley and Matt Fresquez. I'm Jessica Cootie. Thanks for joining us on Sooner Sports Pad. We'll see you next time, guys.